I don't feel good about that. This is gonna be a long day. We're just gonna pretend that this is all correct and it's gonna work. You f***ing kidding me, dude? This makes everything a lot easier. Hey guys, how you all doing? Really? That's just great. We're back today with the good black Macintosh TV, or as one commenter called it, the Blackintosh, which honestly, I really like. However, the system software is a little subpar for me. I know you're gonna be like, Ken, the thing came out like in 1993, give it a break. Yes, I know. However, in the Apple CD Tech video log, I stumbled upon this disc which was left in the caddy from the drive I bought on eBay. Was it left in there on purpose? I have no idea, but I have it now. Yes, it is a system software disk for the Performa, but I'm willing to bet that the macOS 7.6 Essentials will still install on this Mac TV. If not, well, then I'll have to go to Plan B, which I don't have yet, but I will make a Plan B if we need one. So, we're gonna try this out first. 7.6 is way newer, and it will have a lot more features that will make the computer more usable. So, into the caddy you go. Oh yeah, that's right. The computer probably needs to be on for that to work. I'm an idiot. Boot it up. There's the startup sound. Kind of quiet. Again, I think there's a problem with the board that is making the speakers really, like not muted, but just really hard to hear. Anyway, in you go. And here we are at the desktop, running 7.1. Again, this is a Performa CD, so it may not work, but we're gonna try it. Restore all software. I want to see what this is. Oh, restore all software. Oh, data file. Okay. I wonder what software came with the Performa. We're gonna find out, because that's another benefit of doing this. If it works, we can get some more software on this computer, because there really isn't much. Disk images. Let's see what's in here. Oh, disk copy, disk tools. Okay, sweet. Let's just putz around in here for a sec. Burp. Some of the volumes you selected can't be repaired. You cannot repair the startup disk. Yes, that makes sense. Let's verify it at least. I mean, how much drive space is even on here? But yeah, we can at least run disk first aid. Let's just see what it finds. Oh, that looks familiar, doesn't it? Disk utility spat out the same information for, actually, it might still spit out the same kind of information. That hasn't changed, but it doesn't really need to. Okay, it looks okay. Do we have enough space to install? We have 7.5 megabytes available. All right. I don't feel good about that. We might have a problem, but let's find out. Restore system software. Restore system software. Expecting an error, some kind of error. In order to run this program, you must have started from the... Oh, well, we can do that. Let's just see if we can set it to the CD. Looks like we can. All right, so we got that. Let's reboot. And it ejected the CD. Well, you asshole. That's not gonna help. Oh my gosh, guys. This is gonna be a long day. Yeah, set the startup disk to the CD. Reboot. Oh, I'm just gonna eject the CD before I reboot. Yeah, not very... Okay, so it detected the CD, but we got this lovely error screen. Good, yes, good. I don't really know what to do. Okay, hang on, let's just restart. Yeah, that thing must only work with the Performa. Okay, well, I might need to get a different standalone installer that's not specific to the Performa. I also may need to repartition the disk and actually make one usable volume, because otherwise the hard drive space is just rigidly chopped up. I also do have the original system software for the Mac TV. I'm just gonna experiment with that quick before I go putz around eBay and try to find an actual CD that I can use for 7.6. So let's reboot this. This is why it's nice to have two caddies. Just throw that in there. Oh, it might still default to the CD-ROM drive. I thought it might default to the hard drive now that nothing was inserted. Sounds like it's going off the CD. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's just like a little sound. It's a really quiet drive. Like, quieter than, like, the current Super Drive. It sounds even quieter than that. I don't know, maybe that's the magic of a caddy. Your clock is not set to the right date and time, yes. Oh, hello. Here's our little folder-looking interface. I've honestly never seen this before. I've never booted off of an old system disk like this. This is new to me. Install system, the hard drive setup, disk first aid, go to Finder. Oh, that's nice. Mac check. Oh, and then you can actually get individual disk images here. Well, that is pretty cool. Sweet. At ease 1.1. That must be the name of this thing, I guess. So yeah, 7.1. Well, that's what we currently have on here, so that's not really a problem. Let's see, what else? Is there any other software on here? Extras, install 2 tidbits, install me first. What's under extras? Disk copy 4.2 and floppy disk. Oh, floppy disk duplicator. I remember this stuff. Huh. Yeah, I guess that's all that's on here. Well, we don't need that. We can abort mission. Let's get out of here. The funny thing is, we do have Mac OS 7.6 installed on the Mystic hard drive. Oh, that was a sound. So, yep, we'll have to go to plan B. I will need to get a 7.6 CD. I guess I could get an image just off the interwebs, but I would feel better actually getting a CD. So I may have to hop around eBay. That is plan B. We'll do that next. Dun dun dun. Hey, about 1 month later, here we are. I now have a Mac OS 7.6 CD. It didn't take me very long to get it. There was just a lot of other things that came up. But now, we can have some fun and install this. So, hopefully this works. I've not installed 7.6 before, so this will be my first time. I am a Mac OS 7.6 virgin, if that's even a thing. Caddy is loaded. Let's boot up the Mac TV. Power up. Oops. Why do I always do this? I forget to turn the power on. Here we go. Power up. In goes the caddy. Install Mac OS. That's what we're looking for. So hopefully this works better than the last CD. All right, let's take a look. Installing Mac OS 7.6. Hey, CyberDog. I wonder if this has CyberDog on it, on the CD. I think it does. I've never used that before, but I know of its existence. I don't really want to read this, so we're just gonna pretend that this is all correct and it's gonna work. I'm actually curious, what's in CD? Oh man, America Online. Man, I'm just getting like distracted by so many shiny objects. Oh, Eric's Solitaire Sampler, pointer mode control. A lot of good stuff on here. Well, let's install it. Let's see if this works. I just want it to, please. Mac OS, playing hopscotch. All right. Perform all steps below. Read important information. Well, I think that's what we were just looking at, but let's see what else this is. So an interesting thing is, I believe there was a VHS tape that talked about all the new features in OS 7.6, and the demoer said that this document was, this is my favorite line, a consolidation of much information. I'm just like, it's like so poetic with the frickin' syllables and the rhymes, like, but who says that? Who says consolidation of much information? I don't know, it's the small things in life that amuse me.
This document represents a consolidation of much information.
Late breaking information, yeah, from the 90s, right? Okay, well that's done. Update the hard disk driver. Let's take a look at that. We don't have an Apple hard drive in here though, so I don't think that's necessary. You may skip this step if any of the following is true. You don't have an Apple computer. Oh, yeah. Clones, right? You don't have any Apple disk drives attached to my computer. You have an Apple disk drive, but it has been updated already. Oh, with a non-Apple driver. I don't think there is an Apple hard drive in here, but let's just see what it does when I hit continue. Drive selection failed. There we go. Then I think... Yeah, is that counting the Scuzzy port? So external, not internal? Is this only for updating external? Choose a disk for installation. Okay, so this is the weird thing. Shit, there's not enough free oh my gosh, that's right. Shit. Yeah, this disk is all partitioned weird. Yeah, we need to get a, we need to open up like the disk utility thing or whatever. But we would need to be on an external system to make that work because we can't reformat this partition table if we're booted off of it. Shoo. All right, I'm going to be guessing a few things. If we can boot off the CD, like a live CD mode sort of thing, we can use the drive setup utility, whatever it's called, from there and redo the partition scheme. Well, whatever I did, I think it's working because I can hear the CD moving. Oh, it just ejected it, you asshole. That's so weird. It let me select the CD from the startup drive option, but it ejected the disk when I rebooted the computer. Okay. And the other weird thing is, yes, this hard drive is split up into like 4 different partitions, but when you add them all together, it's only like 40 megabytes of space, which is really weird because I know this isn't the disk that came with the computer, but the computer shipped with a 160 megabyte hard drive, so I don't know why whoever tinkered with this put a smaller disk in here. Maybe that's all they had, I don't know, but it needs to be changed. Hang on. Okay, I'm trying to reboot again while inserting the CD. Please do something. There we go. Now we know it's working because we have the smiley face. We didn't have that version of the smiley face earlier because System 7.1 didn't have that screen. I think this screen was introduced somewhere in the 7.5 releases, and this is 7.6, so. Which was the last major dot update release to System 7 because then they went to OS 8. Hey, check out that CD wallpaper, yeah. I got a mouse cursor moving, menu bar, blank, wallpaper. Nothing else is happening. Also, what is this stuff on my screen? I've noticed it there before, and every time I try scraping at it, it will not come off. I don't know what that is. I don't know how it got there. Frankly, I don't even know how to get rid of it. I've scrubbed at it, and I don't want to damage the glass. Or whatever material this is. Your clock is not set to the correct... Oh, it hit OK before I even clicked anything. Okay. I wonder if we need to change that before we run the install. It's probably because the clock battery is all funky after, you know, many years in storage or whatever. This computer is older than me. At least, pretty sure it is. Okay, so we're almost done. Yeah, it's taking a little longer to load because it's coming off a CD. But it's getting there. Okay. I want to see what's in this disk images folder. It's probably all the installers. Oops, don't need all these windows. Oh boy, it's reopening my old windows. Don't do that. No. No, how dare you make a mess of my desktop. Get out of here, boys. Go away. Hey, Cyberdog. And there's MacLink Plus. That's the translators for opening up different programs. Or different files made with different programs. And yeah, here's macOS 7.6. Yeah, these are all the installers, I would imagine. Yep, .image. Look at that floppy disk icon. Look at that. Has a nice icon. Utilities. Duh. I'm an idiot. There we go. Drive setup. You f***ing kidding me, dude? What? What do you mean drive setup cannot be launched on this computer? You asshole. Okay, well, that makes that a lot harder. All right, what's this? Yeah, okay. Well, this makes everything a lot easier. Said no one ever. That's really bizarre. Okay, shoe. Well, I happen to know for a fact I was able to boot into that other macOS 7.6 CD. Now, I don't think that CD will actually install properly on this hardware, but it at least let me open up the drive setup, if I'm not mistaken. So, we're going to boot into that. I don't know if I can actually boot off of it. I just realized. Shit. I don't think it will boot. Yep, that's right. I didn't boot off of this. I booted off of something else. Okay, well, I have an external Scuzzy drive which has a Macintosh system on it, which I could possibly use to repartition this hard drive. Might have to plug that sucker in. So a small change of plans. We're gonna have to plug in this external system. And hopefully it boots up. The old Club Mac drive is going to save the day once again. So I have DB25 and CN50 on the Scuzzy cable here. CN50 on the back. There is a Terminator installed. I do appreciate all of you guys making sure I have a Terminator installed. Yes, I always have a Terminator installed. And then DB25 on the back of the TV. I have never plugged a Scuzzy device into this Mac TV, so don't know if it's going to work, but I'm assuming it will, because the board seems to be very healthy. Okay, there's that. And then our power. Shoo! Let's flip on the disk and then boot up the TV. Disk, here we go. Power on. There it goes. TV. Well, I was a little worried for a second. It said, welcome to Macintosh for about 2 minutes, and nothing else, but now it's moving, I can hear the disc cranking away, so, yeah, I didn't even have to press any buttons, it just knew to boot externally. Pretty sweet. Very smart, old Macintosh. Well met. Fair Macintosh. Hopefully I can just open up the utility I need to reformat the disk. Okay, it's gonna rebuild the desktop file first, it looks like, to get those other partitions mounted, which ideally should be gone soon. They're not really necessary. It's actually making everything harder. I'm sure the original owner did something with them at one time, but I don't like them. I want them gone. All right, here's our launcher, yeah. And there it goes, rebuild for number 2, number 3, number 4. All right, let's pop our CD in. Performa CD. So this obviously isn't a Performa, it's a Macintosh TV, but hopefully I can just open up this drive setup utility, because that's all I need from this CD. Then we can go back to the other CD, which looked like it was working. Oh, I'm gonna punch somebody. I swear I had it open earlier. Oh man, I really don't remember what I did earlier. I should check the tapes. What did I do earlier? I got something to open. Why don't I remember? I gotta find a way to format this disk somehow. I mean, that's a useless error message. I wish it would tell me why it can't be launched. Is there a compatibility issue? Am I stupid? I don't know. It's just so generic. Useless error message. Well, I checked the earlier part of the tech video log, and what I was looking for was the at ease interface to see if I can maybe do anything with that. And it dawned on me. Duh, I have another CD that I could use. But then came the sad realization. It got cracked. The guards were down here recently, reorganizing some shit. I bet they cracked that, because that was not cracked earlier. You are all witnesses. The CD worked just fine. Son of a bitch. Okay, I just wanted to get this Mac TV updated to 7.6. But this is becoming a really cumbersome process. Just because whoever had this disk, this hard drive earlier, like just partitioned it up, and there's not even anything on the partition, so like now I can't do the installation because I have no space. Oh, this is really frustrating. Oh my gosh, guys. Scotch. Scotch. That shit? Why are you doing this now? Oh. Shoot, I know why. It's trying to connect to that Scuzzy disk because I have it turned off but still plugged in. I don't know. I don't know of any other like dignified way to shut it down. You just have to do a hard shutdown with the switch on the back because I don't think you can use the button. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to invoke like a soft shutdown at this point. So power switch it is. Yoink. All right. Scuzzy. The external Scuzzy disk has been unplugged. Reboot. Now it won't turn on. I'm having a bad day. We'll just try a good old-fashioned power cycle. Sounds like a fitness program or some shit, but tell you what, no it's not. No, it is not. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not hearing the same buzz I usually hear when I turn this thing on. Oh, you freaking kidding me, dude? Crazy ass mother trucker. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Yeah, oh shit. I know sometimes these old boards have capacitor issues, but shit, this one was working just fine. Why is every video log a rabbit hole of bullshit? Oh, you think this would have been so f***ing simple. This won't load on that. This won't load on that. This won't load on that. Now that CD is cracked. Can't use that. Can't even turn on the f***ing computer now. Oh, man. And we're gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. And I've already lost so much, I'm gonna lose even more. Well, I officially don't know what to do now. Maybe I just let it sit plugged in for a little bit, just like the issue I was having with the Color Classic. It wouldn't turn on right away, but if you leave it plugged in for a while, it then turns on. So maybe I just gotta do that. Oh, really not looking forward to that one. I do have a Mystic board, but I would rather use the original board that came with this computer because it has all the TV functionality. The Mystic board does not. Won't even turn on now. Oh boy, guys, I think this one's really f***ed up right now. I may have to come back to this. This is my favorite Mac. This is my favorite Mac that I have, and it's kind of rare, and now it won't even turn on. All I wanted to do was update the operating system, huh? Yeah, see, don't like software updates. Even back then, they'd cause nothing but problems. Well, this one's gonna be written down as a loss in the book for now, but all right, we'll have to come back to this one later. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, if you have any suggestions, let me know. I'm totally open to your help. Catch the crazy and pass it on.